Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mac Frost. Welcome to DoleKings. This is the Sneakerhead Chronicles Volume 2, Sneakerhead Stories, my top 3 pairs. We're going to talk a little bit about my favourite pairs of shoes today. Sneaker culture is absolutely huge. What really interested me in sneaker collecting in the beginning and kind of what makes me a sneakerhead. This is my sneakerhead story. Everyone has a different preference, everyone has different tastes. This is what I choose to wear, and I do wear all my trainers. So this is the story of my top 3 pairs. Let me know what your top 3 pairs are in the comments down below, and let's get the debate started. First pair we're going to discuss is the Jordan 3 Fire Reds from the 2013 release. A lot of people's all-time favourite shoes, the Jordan 3. Let's break them down a little bit. Been into shoes for years and always had a lot of pairs, but this was the pair that really got it for me. I was a huge fan of The Game, the rapper, and I always listened to his music where, as you know, he name drops J's constantly. So I was super intrigued. I really wanted to get a pair. I learned all about retros, about all the different numbers, 1 through 23, about the later series. Before I could afford any J's at all, I was completely unemployed. I was out of work, hadn't worked in like 10 months. I had no money at all to get shoes. When I finally got some money, about a month after these had came out, I went in the shops. Luckily for me, everyone slept on them because only 2 years since the last retro of it. It's one of those shoes where everyone loves the silhouette.
Nice catch.
I'll just drop it. It's one of those shoes where everyone really loves the silhouette. This particular colorway, actually my favorite colorway of this. They've retired it now, so no more Jordan 3s getting made. Let's hope they bring it back. This was also, as far as I know, because I just got into Jordans, one of the last pairs where the quality was okay before it just fell off a cliff somewhere. And I kept them in the box for so long after I first got them. Like, I didn't used to wear my stuff back then because I didn't want to ruin it, because shout out to the weather in England, been horrendous constantly. See, this is now a few years old and it's still in great condition. The scruffy laces going on. Never ever have adjusted these laces right from when I got the shoe, and even today when Josh was trying to get me to do it for this shoot, still wouldn't do it. Like that's the signature thing, scruffy laces in my Fire Reds. So absolutely in love with this shoe, love the colour, red's my favourite colour. I love the detail, the tumble leather, the elephant print. Okay, so there you have it. The Jordan 3 Fire Reds. It's a timeless classic. Next pair of shoes we're going to talk about is the Air Max 95s Neon Green OG. Absolute classic. Let's break this one down a little bit. This is the 2015 re-release of the shoe. Obviously it's been done a whole bunch of times. In England, Air Maxes are probably the most popular types of shoe out here. I know in America, all your Jordans and stuff, people don't really go for that over here. So this is a fairly popular shoe. A little bit chavvy. Shout out to English people who know what chavvy means. When I was a kid, I was never allowed Nike trainers. They were always way too expensive. And this shoe came out when I was like 7 years old. They were like the Air Max 5s back then. And I remember some kids at school had them, and I begged my mum to get me these shoes, and I was not allowed them. They were too much. You could only have new trainers on your birthday, and then it was like a case of picking between, games or a football shirt or whatever I wanted. So finally, like when I got into sneakers and I saw these shoes were still being made, the 95s, I was crazy for that. The last retro of this was going for a lot of money on eBay, like DS, so I never thought I'd get them. Heard they were being re-released. Shout out to Joey because he really helped me to get these because I was at work when they dropped. So as it turned out, they did such a mass production of it. I think you can still go into Foot Locker now and buy them. I wear these quite a lot, as you can see, nice and dirty on the bottom. We wear our sneakers. Shout out to everyone who wears their sneakers. So this year when they redid these shoes, as everyone knows, they did them in the premium, the different reflective pack. These are just the straight up OGs because I wanted them as true to the original as I could get them. So my high beast, and there it is really, the Air Max 95 Neon OGs. And the final pair we're going to talk about today, my all-time favourite pair of shoes ever, the Tiffany Dunk Diamond Supply Co collabs, the high tops. let's talk about that. Okay, so let's break this shoe down a little bit. As everyone knows, Diamond Supply Co. collaboration with Nike SB, the greatest SB collaboration, that's certainly for sure. My favourite shoe of all time. I have to talk about Diamond Supply Co. first. Started getting the clothes. I was wearing a lot of Diamond Supply Co. gear, like the sweats, the t-shirts, all that stuff. I was reading Complex article online of the top 100 sneakers of all time. The number one shoe in that list is obviously the low top version. I didn't even know shoe collabs existed at that point. I was like, how is it Nike and Diamond Supply Co. at the same time? Looked it up, found out about it, had to have a pair. Straight to eBay, looked it up. 450 British pounds for the low top versions at the time. I was like, this is not happening. I am not spending that much money on shoes. I am a high top guy, like 70% of all my shoes are high tops. I had to have these. Obviously, I'm here in England where our shoe releases are a little less frequent than America, a little more unreliable. Some things can be a lot harder to get. The shop in my town that got these in didn't let me get a pre-release. They actually burnt one of the pairs and put it on their Instagram, so there was no way I was getting these in store. The Nike release came and went. I didn't get them on the release. I couldn't get them in cart in my size. It didn't happen. So I went to eBay. They were going for a lot of money on eBay. There were clearly some fakes. I didn't want to risk it, so I Flight Clubbed them. The only pair I've ever got from Flight Club. By the time I'd paid FedEx, customs charges, all that stuff, I spent £366 on this shoe that is probably not worth more than £200. So, you know, it was a little expensive on it, but my ultimate grail, like from the moment that I saw that they made this shoe in a high top, I absolutely had to have it in the collection. I wear them constantly. I actually had to clean them before this video because they were a little beat. As you can see here, maybe there is, I'll make sure we get a close-up of it, there is a huge battle scar on the side of the shoe itself. It's a shame on these ones that the croc print is way inferior to on the lows because of the insane resale price on them now. I'm never going to add them to my collection. For that I could get a lot more of something else. My top pair. That's pretty much all I've got to say about that. That's my top 3 pairs. Let me know what yours are. If you liked any of the sneakers in this, make sure you hit the thumbs up button so we know. Stay tuned in because over the next 5 or 6 weeks we've got a lot more sneaker content coming out as we continue the Sneakerhead Chronicles. So make sure you tune in next Friday for the next episode. And we'll catch you there.